All right, back to the Steelers. Tim Benz, I want to get your take, and all you guys' take on what the Steelers need now. They have the second-round pick. I believe it's 49. What should be the number one area they look at?
Well, to go back to our previous conversation, if they get rid of Bud, or they don't let him walk, then it's outside linebacker, pass rusher. Short of that, I would go tight end, and then if they can't get a tight end, I would probably go running back.
Yeah, I'm all in for a tight end, too. We saw those guys have become just so valuable. Look at the Super Bowl, what those two guys did. Certainly Roethlisberger loves the tight end. He was great with Heath. He's had a good relationship with Vance McDonald. I think McDonald will probably be back. Maybe Ben can get the most out of him if he can stay healthy.
Unfortunately, there's nobody going to be at 50 as a tight end worth this garbage. So I don't think they're going to be able to find anybody to be able to be plugged in there right away at that number. It's going to be really difficult. I say do the next best thing. Wide receiver. There will be a plethora of very good potential wide receivers at that spot. Let's just add to that list.
Wow, that would bring a lot of interesting competition if you would assume Juju Smith-Schuster would get back to where he was, but you don't know that. Deontay Johnson, Washington, and another wide receiver. Anybody think running back needs help?
Well, I would say that after tight end, yes. I think that running back does need help. And I wouldn't even rule out some help in the offensive line after what we saw towards the end of last season. And that might become quite an issue on the interior if somehow neither Ramon Foster nor B.J. Finney are back.
When you go in 8-8, you got more than one hole. That's for sure. Don't make the playoffs. Connor just can't stay healthy. And I think part of the receiver thing that Mark said is Juju going to be here after this year? I mean, are they going to sign him to a long-term deal now, or are they going to take their chance and try to sign him at the end of the season? I'm not 100% convinced he'll be here long-term.
I think you pretty much leave everybody open when you're there at 50. If any other season that drafting the best available athlete applies, it's this year. Whoever is the best guy available at 50, you better take, because it's going to be hard to pick a specific position.
And you know what, Papa? I would not even be upset if they did throw some draft cachet when it comes to depth on defense. They were very fortunate last year. Really, they had one big injury. That was Tuitt, and that was the one place where they had depth with Alualu, and then Hargrave able to soak up some snaps. You know, the only other injury they had was Sean Davis on defense, and they threw that right at Minkah Fitzpatrick, who came in and erased that injury concern. And aside from that, I think their next 14 top tacklers didn't miss a game or missed one game tops. So they were very fortunate on defense injury-wise last year.
All right, got 1 minute left here, and I want to ask you guys about the CBA. Marquise Pouncey and a lot of veterans came out and were not happy with what DeMaurice Smith did. Mark, did he serve the rank and file the best way he could by making it available for a vote so fast, a year before the expiration of his contract?
What you have to understand is this is CBA's for the entire 2,000-man roster, so to speak, of the NFL, just not for the top 5, 10, 15%. And Marquise Pouncey is talking about the 5, 10, 20% making the most money, not the guy making the minimum that's out of the league for a year and a half. So
it's going to pass. There's no doubt in my mind these players are not going to walk away from checks. I guess they have to get it done soon because it affects the new bargaining for the new TV deals if there's a 17th game. And didn't DeMaurice Smith say that the owners made it clear, unless you play a 17th game, there isn't going to be a deal?
If I
don't think they have a choice.
If I write a positive column on the player's side, will Marquise Pouncey pay my rent like he's going to pay the rent for everybody else in the NFLPA? That was his promise. I will write a pro-player column if Marquise writes a rent check for him.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see, and some of the responses that come out afterwards, many people do expect it to be passed. We're going to take a break, come back with more. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown each and every Sunday night right here on KDKA-TV.